Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'd like to thank everyone for viewing, liking, sharing, subscribing. Also, I would like to remind everybody that this is a general reading. It is a full moon reading, but it is still going to be general. For some of you, the whole thing will resonate. For others, only parts of it will. So take what resonates and leave the rest behind. You should be watching your sun or rising sign for the moon reading, okay? Either will work. Rising is the actual sign that should be used, but your zodiac sign, your sun sign, that will work as well. The key energies of this full moon in Capricorn on June 24th, depending on where you're living, it's going to be June 25th in Sydney. The key energies of this full moon are effort, healing, seeking, and completion. Now, the good news is this is not an eclipse moon, so the intensity drops down a little bit, and we're no longer going through the Saturn-Uranus clash that we were going through with the last one. So you can breathe a little bit easier, but make no mistake, we're still dealing with the aftermath of all of that went on from the previous new moon eclipse and full moon eclipse. The energy of those two can still, at this point in time, can still be a very tense time for us, especially if you don't look after yourself. So treat yourself this month, a candlelit bath or music, meditation. Just do the things you love to do, things that make you feel good, because that's what's going to help you move through this energy and come out the other side. Now, this full moon is in the sign of Capricorn, but it's straddling the opposite sign of Cancer, okay? So this axis is about work versus family. So use this full moon to think about how you're dealing with all of that in your life. Working mothers will always have guilt about not giving their kids or their partner the time that they deserve, or being decisive about getting home on time and missing out on opportunities at work because they're seen as too invested in their private life. This applies to working fathers too, absolutely, okay? So this month, it's kind of about trying to strike a better balance between those two. And the full moon, it's going to be bringing up a tug of war. And it's just there to force us working parents to deal with it. It's also a good week for hard work. And if you're signing off on a big work project, you're doing it at the perfect time, okay? Okay, so now getting into the Moonology cards, we've got full moon, surrender to the divine. It's all about letting go, surrendering to the process, moving forward in the flow. Don't fight it, don't buck it, just let it be. Oh, I forgot to light my candles. Okay, so we have the full moon here. And then of course we have the full moon in Capricorn. This is the end of a tough cycle. Yeah, no kidding. I had a really tough cycle, you all know about it, but I read your comments as well, and wow, there was a lot of you out there, especially Virgos, that went through the same kind of tough cycle that I went through. Some of you even mimicked it to the point where it was about your pet, just like it was for me. So that tells me that this is very divinely set up and planned, part of the blueprint, so to speak. But the lesson to be learned from that last full moon eclipse, this is what I got. This is the message, the information that I got. It was about, for those of you that were feeling like you weren't being heard, or you weren't being taken seriously, you weren't looked upon as though you fit in, that you had anything of value to say. It was about coming to the realization that it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. What matters is that you know what you need, you know what you want, You know what needs to be heard by you and those that you love that are very close to you. And that's all that matters. Even if no one hears you, except for you, stand up for what you believe in, everybody, and move forward with it, regardless of what anyone else thinks or feels about what you're speaking or what your truth is. This is about you, not anyone or anything else. Okay, so that's the Moonology cards here. I want to get into now the separate zodiac readings, so let's get to it. Okay, Virgo, your time for the reading for the full moon, June 24th. This full moon for you is in your 5th house. So what that means is it's a house of self-expression. So there's going to be a lot of emotion. Like you need that again, right? But there's going to be a lot of emotion going on right now. For some of you, it's going to be about pouring your heart out, just wearing your heart on your sleeve, letting everybody know how you're feeling, what you're feeling. For others, it's going to be about the joy that a child brings, which is kind of nice. Or it's about a creative product or project that you pour your emotions into. Basically, it's all about just flowing the emotions. Now, the challenge for you over the next month is going to be finding that balance between yourself and your friends and not neglecting anybody totally. So it could be a very interesting month for some of us. Okay, so let's get into your reading here then. We're going to start off with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. By the way, thank you everybody that sent well wishes and prayed for myself and my little dog. Just so you know, she is completely, well, not completely, she's 99.5% back to normal. She does still have a little bit of the cough left over from what she had. She was almost asthmatic, like she could inhale, but she couldn't exhale. So she was having to force the air out of her lungs in order to take that next breath, and it was horrific to watch. Nobody knows what was going on. I think she had bronchitis. I think she also had an infection in her body somewhere. So the medication took care of the infection, but then what was left, of course, was this cough that she had. I spent many hours, many nights in the bathroom with the hot shower running for steam for her, and that seemed to give her some relief. And then we could go back to bed for an hour, and then we were back in there again, but well worth it because she is so important to me. Anyways, she maybe coughs a couple times a day now, and it's not even really a cough. It's just one of those, you know? But my guides have told me to be patient where her breathing is concerned, because apparently it's just going to take a little longer for that to heal compared to everything else. But thank you again. I so appreciate all the prayers and all the well wishes. It was such a light for me in a really, really dark 3-week period. So thank you, everybody. I love you all so much. Okay, let's get into your reading for you now. Your first card out is, card number 17. It breaks down to an 8, which is all about abundance. This is the waning gibbous 1 moon, and it's all about self-reflection. Interesting. And you know, the Spirit is giving me this message to give to you. And oh geez, I just lost my train of thought. Hang on a second. It's about seeing both sides to a situation, because what's being pointed out to me is how these twins here are facing opposite direction. There's two sides to every story is what I'm hearing. So I don't know who that's for or why you needed to hear it, but somebody needed to hear there's two sides to every story. And then you have card 38, which breaks down to an 11, which is a soul path number. You are on path, Virgo. You are making your way to your life's purpose and your destiny. This is the Hunter Moon, and again, it's all about abundance. I feel like you are about to be rewarded for everything that you've done in the recent past, everything that you've gone through, the dark night of the soul periods, the shadow work that you've done. You're about to reap the rewards of that. And then you've got the Wolf Moon, card number 29. Again, it breaks down to an 11. Wow. Soul path, you are definitely on your way, Virgo. You know, I don't know what darkness you've been through. I only know what I've been through, but I can imagine if it's anything like what I've been through, you've been through it. And I've been reading your cards for how long? I know you guys have been through it. You've been in the bowels of hell, so to speak. No more. This very clearly is telling me that is so done. You are coming to the end of a very, very difficult cycle. It's over. It's done. Just surrender. Move through this. Whatever is going on in your life right now, just move through it, because you are coming out the other side, and you're I'm at a loss for words here. Hunger is this card. You will hunger no more. You will have everything you need. You are about to step into the most abundant time in your life. That could be what Spirit's pointing out here. Two sides to every story. You struggled, you suffered, you were broke, you were pained, you were betrayed, you know, you name it, you've been through it. It's time for the other side of that now, which is abundance. And your final card here is card number 5, which is all about change. And look, growth. The waxing crescent 3 moon. I've never had this card yet, I don't think. And it's all about growth. You went through what you went through. I know that I went through with my little dog what I went through because I had to for growth. It was all about, it was made very clear to me that it was a rite of passage, but not for her. It was a rite of passage for me. And it came down to being about speaking up, about, you know, not being afraid to say my truth. Okay, sorry guys, I have to take care of my dogs here. You're done with all of that darkness. That is coming to an end. I feel like this is a major, major pinnacle in your life. It's going to be amazing. No, thank you, Spirit. We're going to find the timing of these moons for you, so hang on. Okay, Virgo. So, putting these in order now. The waning gibbous 1. This is in the right order here. It's where it needs to be, because actually we are going to change 1 and put ahead of it. We're going to take the wolf moon and put ahead of it, because the wolf moon is January, okay? And because January is so far out from where we're at right now, I'm not going to use next January. For me, this is talking about previous January. So this would be January 28th is when this wolf moon took place. And for me, it feels like that was when you were at a place of being hungry for something. Either you were in need of finances, in need of love, relationships, or a career, a job, happiness. It was a place of darkness for you, is what it feels like. Just exactly what the card looks like. A real place of darkness. And that's where you're working from. You're coming from that. And then you move into this place of self-reflection in this waning gibbous 1. which is June 25th. Now, whatever it was that took place in January here, the hunger, this is what you're reflecting on. This is the self-reflection. And this is the two sides to every story. This is the hunger side of the story. You're moving into the abundance. Isn't it interesting how you have, if these are in the right order, hang on a second here. Not in the right order, but that's okay because that puts it at the end of the row. The growth card, this is the waxing crescent 3. This is July 13th, okay? And the abundance card, which is the hunter moon. Oops, sorry guys. The hunter moon is October 20th. So, here's how the story goes. You were in a place of deficit. I'm going to use the term deficit here in January, which would put you in a place of hunger. You were in need of something. What it was isn't necessarily important right now because it's going to be something different for everybody, right? Right here, the self-reflection card, the waning gibbous card. This is the day after the full moon. This is June 25th, okay? So this is when this story starts to turn. The 24th is the end of a tough cycle. That's the full moon in June. That brings the ending of a tough cycle for you guys. And I think that difficult cycle here is this hunger, this deficit that you have found yourself in for a while, because that is taking a turn. And what I was saying was, I find it interesting that you've got hunger on this side of self-reflection and abundance on the other side over here. So this is the one part of the story. This is the other side of that story. You've got hunger and darkness and deficit. Over here, you're going to have light and abundance and food, so to speak. You're not going to be hungry anymore. In between that is the self-reflection and growth, right? So between January of this year and October of this year, you're going to do a complete 180. And in between is where you're doing what needs to be done to take you from a place of hunger to a place of abundance. You're going into self-reflection. You're trying to understand where you're coming from. The growth is where you're moving to. And I feel like this last bout of the new moon and the full moon eclipses, those were like, boom, let's move Virgo out of this place and into this place, or into this place and out of this place, whichever way it goes. And it needed to happen fast. And if you look back over incidences that took place between the new moon and this last full moon, not this one coming up, but the eclipse of May, you look back at what took place in that timeline, and I'm willing to bet that it's going to look the same to you as it does to me. I look back at it and I go, whoa, I went through that. Because when we go through really difficult times, while you're in it, yes, it feels difficult, but you don't realize just exactly how difficult it was until you come out of it and you look back at it. It's like being depressed. When you're depressed, sometimes you don't even realize you're depressed or how depressed you are until you're not depressed anymore, and you look back and then you're like, oh man, was I depressed. You're going to find the same thing looking back over the last month to 2 months. But it was because all of this needed to take place, and it needed to take place in a short period of time. So you went through a lot in a short period of time, growth-wise. I mean, growth. Okay. I don't know where I left off here, but we're going to start with this shuffle. We're going to lay these on top of these cards here, and I'm hoping that it gives us some answers. But this is amazing, the message here, Virgo. Gaia, card number 5. Again, it's about change. You've got a 5 here. wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. Yes, that is exactly what I was talking about. For this hunger to be turned into abundance, you had to go through the change. You had to be able to take a look at things and see what needed to change. And you did. You are. That's where you're at. Card number 42, which breaks down and becomes a 6. It's all about love. Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love. Now that sits on self-reflection and growth. Again, it's knowledge. It's spiritual transition. It's clarity. It's coming out of the darkness and into the light. A place of leaving fear behind and coming into a place of love. Wow. Card number 44, which does not break down because it's geez, my head is blank. 11, 22, 33, 44. Ascended Masters. Thank you, angels. We do not break down those numbers. 44 also represents stability, foundations, solid foundations, so you can now rebuild and it's not going to come crashing down around you. This card is Ocean of Eternal Love, healing, creativity, and fertility. This is you, Virgo. You're healing. And that is the dog that was so sick. She now has her voice back. So this sits on growth and abundance. You are about to become so abundant in love. And it's not necessarily just romantic love. It's loving yourself, loving spirit, loving the universe, loving where you're at in your life, loving your career, your business, your whatever. It's just bliss beyond. And you deserve this, Virgo. Oh my God, you deserve it so much. You have been through the mill, literally. Life has not been easy for you. I think Virgos are some of the zodiac, is the zodiac of some of the most pained people, light workers of the planet. There goes my stomach. Okay, what are we doing? Heal yourself. Okay, we're going to get a couple of heal yourself cards here. Ooh, selling out. Card number 1. This is about self. Don't sell out, Virgo. Stand in your true, authentic self. Be you. Like I said, I had to stand tall and proud. I had to announce that, no, I'm not doing this. I don't agree with it. It doesn't sit well with me. And I'll tell you, I was not liked. And I don't care. You need to get there. Don't give a rat's patootie about what anybody else thinks about the direction you want to move in. You need to keep you happy here. You need to do what's right for you and your loved ones. Whatever this is about, you need to do what's right in your heart. Now this sits on top of Gaia and Sacred Earth Mother. Wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding, and a message of love. This is to do with love for some of you. And it's underneath that self-reflection. You need to move in the direction of your love, your passions, whatever it is that you want to do and the direction you want to go in. And don't procrastinate. Number 8, this is all about your abundance. Again, don't procrastinate. You are moving in the direction of your life's purpose, your destiny, your abundance. On every level. Love, happiness, finances. You're being guided, Virgo, is what it comes down to. You're being guided because this is now on top of the Sacred Earth Mother and Ocean of Eternal Love. You are healing, you are growing, you're reaching that state of just, like I said, loving of everything and everyone. Don't hold yourself back. Don't procrastinate because of what others are thinking and feeling. This is about you and you alone. Okay, now we're going to get an Island Time Wellness card. Okay, card fell out. Are we taking this one? Yes, we are, and we may be taking a second one. Virgo! You're going to be so happy when you see this. Soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. So don't procrastinate, because this is all about your soul contract. This is a direction you need to move in. You're supposed to move in. It was always meant for you to move this way, okay? In doing so, you are going to partner up with somebody. This is all about soulmates. Don't sell yourself out. Are we taking another one, angels? Yes, we are. Okay. Talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, and hoovering. But that is not part of this. Hoovering is being sucked in, and that's not what this is about. It might be what you're afraid of, but it's not what this is about. Okay, we're gonna get a Whispers of Love card now. So I can put this one away. Are we taking that, angels? Yes, we are. Okay. Just going through the motions in case we're taking another card. Wow, I didn't know that I had picked it up the right way. Yes, it is the front of the card. Card number 20, which breaks down to a 2. It's all about partnership, duality, relationships. And it says, I love you. These are powerful words, and I feel like you're going to hear them a lot from this point forward, Virgo. You're going to be in a place of being loved, loving. It's all about love for you. Are we taking another card? No, we're not. Okay, perfect. Wow. You guys are headed to such a good place here. Wow. Okay, we're going to get a Just Ask Oracle card now. Stay focused, Virgo. Just keep moving forward and stay focused. You'll get there. Wherever it is that you're headed, you're going to get there. Okay, now we're going to get a Synchronicity Oracle card. I feel like you are coming into a relationship here, a love relationship, a love partnership that is going to be the be-all, end-all relationships. I don't know if it's a twin flame, definitely a soulmate partnership, and some of you may be getting into business with this person. Yeah, see the bigger picture. 12-12, this is all about your life's purpose, your soul's purpose here on the planet. Because the bigger picture is seeing things through the eyes of your soul, your higher self. And when you do that, the things that as a human being we look at and think are important are so minuscule. Stay focused on the bigger picture here. The outcome, when I say the bigger picture, the true meaning that I get from that when I say the bigger picture, it is all encompassing, why you're here, what your purpose is. So your purpose is over here, and right here is where you're at, and you've got this, people saying you're going in the wrong direction, don't go that. That is so minuscule to what you're going to end up with over here at your destination, your destiny. Just stay focused on the bigger picture and keep moving forward. Okay, now we're going to get, we already got one of those. What are we getting? Oh, yeah. Sorry, angels. Using my marbles here. Soul's Journey card. Getting you a Soul's Journey card. Oh my God, I cannot make this stuff up. Virgo, you have the Abundance card. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Yes, you can. You have abundance. Abundance. You have number 8. How many times? 1, 2, if we break that down, which we're not supposed to. And I thought one of these cards, yeah, right there, 8. You have 8 throughout your reading here. And then you get the Abundance card again. Like I said, this is big, Virgo. You guys are finally on path and headed for all of your good karma, your rewards, everything that you've worked for, everything that you've earned. You have earned everything that's coming your way. You've been through the pits of darkness, like I said. Oh my goodness. This is, wow. Let's get a motivation manifesto card and just see what your message from Spirit is here. By the way, all the decks that I'm using here are listed below. Click on the title of this video to drop down my description box. They will be listed, as well as the link for your extended video for this, which we'll be going into in a minute. And your message is, we do not need more time. We need a stronger reason to act so that we use time more effectively. I'm going to read that again because that is so pertinent here. We do not need more time. We need a stronger reason to act so that we use time more efficiently. That is so true. There you go. There's your hello, everyone. Okay, so now I want to ask your guides and Spirit, what further guidance and advice and information they can give you in this forward movement that you're needing to take. We're going to do that in the extended, so click the link that's down below in the description box. Those of you that are going over, I will see you over there. Those of you that are not, I love you guys, and I will see you next time.